Thanks for joining us this afternoon. And our top story today is the memorial service for former Deputy Secretary General Jessie Duarte. That's one of the big stories of the day. So the ANC is preparing to hold that memorial service for the former Deputy Secretary General. Duarte was laid to rest at the West Park Cemetery over the weekend after passing away from cancer. Let's take you live now to the Johannesburg City Hall, where senior reporter Aviwe Mtila is standing by. Aviwe, you've been talking to various comrades of her comrades earlier on today, and you've engaged them about the legacy that she leaves behind for the ANC. I wonder, is that the minister in the presidency that you've got next to you there? What does he have to say about today's proceedings, and really, how will they go?
Colleague, I'm just struggling to get your audio properly there, but of course we're still waiting for the former President Thabo Mbeki to come in. As we understand, he'll be delivering a tribute, but many dignitaries have come in. We've seen the Deputy President, David Mabuza, one amongst those that have already walked in. In fact, I want to have a quick word with the Minister in the Presidency. That's Moses Mkhwebane. Thank you for joining us at eNCA. We're remembering the life and times of Jessie Duarte. I want to get your sentiments in what the African National Congress can learn from the journey of the former DSG, of the DSG.
Well, we continue to be sad. I met Comrade Jessie in the mid-80s when I joined Gauteng from the Western Transvaal as a trade unionist under NUM, later as a leader of the South African Health Workers Congress, an affiliate of UDF. One of the strongest women, activist, fighter, resilient. In her is what you get, is what you saw. It's a great loss of one of the most committed leaders. We are going to make sure that her spear is picked and so on. Thank you.
Okay, we're seeing the former President Thabo Mbeki coming in now. One of those, of course, that will be giving a message here as we're expecting the program to be underway any minute now. Former President Thabo Mbeki coming to pay his tributes here to the DSG. Ndomkhulu, former President. Just how are you doing, Ndomkhulu?
Not too bad, and how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you, former President. Just your sentiments, I mean, of the memorial service.
Later.
All right. Okay, that's the former President Thabo Mbeki going in as we're expecting the program now to be underway any moment now. I just want a quick word now with the incoming provincial secretary of the ANC in Gauteng, TK Nzamdumkhulu. We're about to be underway any moment now, remembering the life and times of the DSG, Jessie Duarte. What can you take, your leadership coming in now, from Jessie Duarte?
We'll take a lot from her. Firstly, to be courageous, a non-racial character of the ANC, you know, the love she had for the people, the hard-working woman that she was, you know, the consistency that she had for the longest of time. So we are here to celebrate her life. We are here to say farewell to a giant of our movement, and we want to promise her that come 2024, the ANC would have gone back to what she knows it to be.
That would prove quite difficult given the divisions that we're seeing here, and we hear the unifying figure that she was. A lot of issues, of course, that the ANC itself still needs to go under. We're seeing mixed messages coming from your likes of Carl Neas and opposing camps. How do we then tackle these divisions?
The ANC is a big organization with different characters who have different views. Remember, we are in a conference here. So it will always look as if it's divided when it's conference here because of preferences. We are provincial conferences, regional conferences. We're going to go to national conference. Immediately after we leave the conference, everybody understands that we must be one. We must make sure that we defend the ANC. Of course, we're one organization that believes in internal democracy. You know, many organizations don't believe in that. I don't believe there is an organization that believes in internal democracy like the ANC in South Africa. So where we are, we believe that there's no crisis. We are in the process of renewal. The ANC, as it leaves its conference in December, it will be a united African National Congress.
All right, thank you very much. Provincial Secretary TK Niza of the Gauteng province, as we saw just now, Thabo Mbeki, former president of the Republic, going in, expecting that program to be underway any moment now.
No, absolutely. Those very interesting insights there. Aviwe Mtila, we're going to continue to speak to you ahead of those proceedings getting underway and obviously just get more of the legacy that the ANC will continue on in the name of Jessie Duarte. Do you have an idea of some of the key speakers that are set to speak today? It looks like we are struggling with Aviwe Mtila's audio over there, struggling to hear me.
I'm just having difficulty hearing you at this moment. But of course, we've seen many people come in here today. We've seen the likes of the Deputy President David Mabuza, Police Minister Bheki Cele, women leadership of the NEC, Nomvula Mokonyane, have shared the final messages that they even received from the DSG. Nomvula Mokonyane mentioning a particular message that she got via SMS, where she says that Jessie Duarte said in that message, "Be strong, I love you," and sent those heart emojis. That was the last message that she got from a woman that's really served in the leadership structures of the ANC, starting from the 1970s with the influence of the Black Consciousness movement. She was one of those that was groomed personally by the likes of great stalwarts as Albertina Sisulu, I beg your pardon. She herself then took that role, grooming the likes of the DSG of the Johannesburg region, Loyiso Masuku, who's literally following in her footstep regionally in terms of being the only woman leader in the top 5 structures of the Johannesburg region that was recently elected, re-elected once more as the DSG. So there'll be a lot to remember from the formidable woman that was Jessie Duarte, who served under each and every president of the Democratic South Africa, serving as the personal assistant of the former statesman Nelson Mandela, also serving for the former president Thabo Mbeki, who we just saw walk in moments ago. So he really sorely missed, the person that really united the party, as we heard from President Cyril Ramaphosa, one of the unifying figures of the African National Congress, even after those factional divisions that were at play, should come with towing the party line, no matter if the decision wasn't among her. Of course, we're seeing women leadership now really coming to pay their final respects. Mama, thank you for joining us at eNCA. Just your sentiments around Mama Jessie Duarte as you're about to go in here.
Well, I must say that this is a loss, not only to the ANC, but to the people of South Africa. As we've all have heard over, this period, the work that Comrade Jessie did, particularly for the women's movement, for the poor people of South Africa, and always conscious that no matter what, we needed to find solutions that would actually create a better life for all its citizens. And I must say, therefore, that having worked with Comrade Jessie in the mid-80s, from that time when I was a member of NAU, when she was a member of the Federation of Transvaal Women, mobilizing for the revival of FEDSO, I know her commitment and her passion. And having continued to work with her, she was one of those principal cadres that I know who was not shy to speak out her mind, but also not vindictive or vengeful. Even if there was a difference of opinion, she was able to continue to engage comradely, find one another, and I think that's what we need today, not only in the ANC, but as a society.
Now, Ma, what sticks out like a sore thumb on the side of the ANC is patriarchy, given that she was the only woman leader in the top leading structure of the ANC, given as a vocal person that advocated for the rights and empowerment of women. How does the ANC address this issue?
Well, I think the ANC, in terms of policy, have taken correct decisions, and in implementation strives to make sure that the issue of gender equality is addressed, but also deal with issues of gender, based violence in our society. Comrade Jessie was one of those advocates, and he continued until her last days.
All right, man, let's not keep you as we go inside Rapwa. Any time now, of course, we're expecting that program that remembers the life and times of Jessie Duarte to be underway here at the Johannesburg City Hall. Many dignitaries have already went inside here, among them former President Thabo Mbeki, who will be one of those that will be paying a tribute, as well as the current Deputy President, David Mabuza, delivering the eulogy as the program is supposed to be underway any minute now.
Yeah, that's Aviwe Mtila outside the Johannesburg City Hall, covering the story of Miss Jessie Duarte's memorial service. We are inside currently. Those are live visuals of what's happening in the City Hall. Those are members of the Women's League who are singing ahead of the official program getting underway. Let's just let you listen in on that singing for a while, and then I'll tell you some of the speakers that we anticipate will be part of this program.